Welcome again to another tutorial of C Sharp and a little bit of PHP. Anyways, we're going to be creating a login system now, and you know what? I actually have an idea for our registering thing. So let's create a new boolean. So private bool register equals to false, and all of this is going to be hidden. So if register, it's only going to be shown then, and else it's going to show the registration system, the proper actually like login system, I mean. And I actually want to create a back button as well if people want back after they logged in. So oops, forgot about this. GL layout dot begin horizontal, and if GL layout dot button back, and register equals to false, and we also need to end the GUI horizontal layout, otherwise it will do something stupid, obviously, and we shall be good to go. So I began the GUI layout, created a back button, created a register button, and then whatever the register button does, we did it in the previous tutorial. And the horizontal, um, we ended the horizontal layout, so it's going to be have a back button at the left, and then on the right side of it there should be a register button. So, and if the register is false, if this variable is false, remember this is false to start with, we're going to be have we're going to have a GUI layout dot text field, and we're going to have user, the variable user we created in the last, and we're going to make this equal to user, create a label, and we're going to call this user, and we're going to copy this, I'm going to paste it, I'm going to call this password, and I'm going to create a password field, put this all in. Remember we did this in the previous tutorial, so it's nothing is new. 0, and make this equals to password. Okay, now if in fact we should create a horizontal layout first. So begin horizontal, end horizontal. So if GL layout dot button, this is for login, and if register, it's going to do register equals to true. Did I type in register? Really? Yeah, I did. Just noticed it. Wow. So register, and handy Unity. I mean the Visual Studio, which automatically just changes everything. Register. Okay. Oh, yeah. It actually interferes with the IE enumerator we created. Register. So let's just name the whatever it's called. Okay, let's just change the name of it. So let's just call this func, because I always name my functions func. So there we go. Now that should fix that problem. Okay, go back there. No errors, hopefully. Yes, no errors. Run this once and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Register, back. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, now we actually need to put the code in the login. So I'm just gonna copy this. This time we don't need to put anything in the name. So message plus equals to, and please enter all the fields. I really like that message. Just stayed at it instead of logging in. Anyways, yeah, we're not gonna do a check for if the password and the retype password is gonna be equal, because we're only gonna be typing one password because it's the login system. And also we're not gonna send the name field, we're only gonna send the password and the username field. So let's just copy this all, and then we can edit it. Paste it in our login button after in the else statement of username equals to nothing, and or the password equals to nothing. So remove the name because we're not gonna need that. And in fact, let's change this to login. By the way, the name has to be exact same, so we're gonna create a login.php soon, so keep that in mind. And login. And now we need to create IEnumerator thingy, IEnumerator login, and www kind of sounds like WWE wrestling something. Anyways, now the reason why it's giving us an error because we forgot to do this. Yield return w. If now we w dot error equals null. Remember we did this before. Else message plus equals to all of this crap. Anyways, and message equals to that. No, wait, in fact, if login, wait, w dot text equals to login success. And then it's gonna, obviously it's logged in, so it's gonna change the scene or whatever. Remember, even if it changes the scene or what does whatever, the username won't change unless you change it, and you shouldn't change it, by the way. But yeah, the username won't change at all. So even if you're like in the game, you can still access this user variable by doing database.user and access this variable. So yeah, you know, just saying. Anyways, where were we? Okay, yeah. The reason why I'm doing if the returned is login success or whatever unique ID you want to give it. So if the return is some unique letters or words, then it means it's logged in. Otherwise, it's not logged in. So if it is logged in, then it's obviously going to change the scene or do something. Okay. Now let's go to our PHP side. Okay, minimize this. New C#. Those in my head. PHP. Okay, I'm gonna go to my register PHP and copy some stuff. Okay. Now I'm gonna copy all of this from, in fact, from if to all of that. Copy. And I'm gonna do is PHP and okay. Now let's see, we don't need the name because we're not even passing it down anyways. Okay, now we're connecting, obviously, for this bit. For this bit, we're picking out the right right table inside our database, and making sure it only selects the stuff that where your user equals to user, where your username equals to user. And we're checking if how many are there. If it equals to 0 this time, that means there aren't any usernames with that name, so it should die and say something along the lines of, why did I do this? I'm just joking. Anyways, it should actually say username does not exist /n probably after that. Anyways, else We can also do echo, but I like die, even though that kind of sounds bad. But anyways, let's keep on going. You know, I just realized I say anyways a lot. I'm probably going to try and avoid using it now. So remember, we're going to encrypt our password. Oops. So I say I cannot type equals to MD5. And we're going to do while while, and this is one of my if I can remember this, come on, I can do this, equals to, wait, num row, nah, I can't do this, wait, MySQL, oh yes, got it, wow, I would have never actually guessed that I would actually got this. So let me just make sure it is the right thing I'm typing out. So hold on. Hello again, and it's actually the wrong thing I typed out. It's not that, that's for the top thing. Just realize that. But this is what you should type out. MySQL underscore fetch underscore sock. I have no idea how they come up with these words. Anyways, now what this does is, if I open this and I close that, really? Login. Come on, login. Yeah, this page contains insecure content. Totally. By the way, that is just stupid. I've been to this website like 1,000 times. So trust me, it doesn't contain any unsecure content. Anyways, what was that? Oh yeah, I said anyways again. Yeah, it goes through all of this ID, username, name, and password, and we can pretty much pick each thing. So since I selected only my thing, so if there's another user, let's just create another user and call this Bob, Blob, and Blobby, I guess. Weird, but okay. Anyway, since we selected my, if I type in my name, so this is gonna be Z, yeah, Z, and then it's only gonna select this. Oops, not that. It's only gonna select all of this. So I can, if I do row ID, then it's gonna say 4. If I do row password, then it's gonna say all this. And if I say row name, then it's gonna do this. So since we're check password, and each time you encrypt the password with MD5, it's gonna be the same thing. So password equals to row, oops, row, come on, remember, I'll just copy it, haha, try and beat that. I'm actually trying to type without looking, so wait, why in the world did I copy that? Okay, now check if the password equals to that, equals to, and it's going to be a if statement. So die and say password, no, in fact, the whatever your special character thing is. Mine says login success, so I'm just gonna copy this. It has to be exactly the same, and the caps as well. So, and then else, if the password is not equal, then it's gonna say password does not match /n. Funny line. Okay, now let's upload this and we shall be good to go. By the way, if you're uploading more than 2 megabytes, I think, then you'll need a FTP client. I was gonna say manager there. It should say, yeah, 2 megabyte. There we go. You need something like FileZilla. You'll figure that out by yourself, hopefully. Okay, now since we did this, in fact I should say, woo, yeah, there we go. Now let's go back and try and log in. It should work now. So Z595. Remember my username Z, it's not 595. So let's see. Username does not match. Let's type in the right password. It should say username does not exist or does not match. I also forgot one thing. So let's go to database again. And where is that? Okay, now whenever we click login, I want the message to equal nothing. Then obviously it's gonna get things added on to it. So Z595. Okay, username does not exist. Press again. Username does not exist. Do this. Password does not match. Awesome. Got the right password. Woo! Oh yeah. Yes, we did it. In your face. What you gonna do? Let's register another username. 25. Name Zishan. Password my usual vacuum. That's my temporary test password thingy. Successfully created user. So let's log in. Log in. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll show you again. Oh yes. Come on. You gotta love this. Awesome, isn't it? It's just too awesome. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone is happy because people kept asking me about this tutorial. So I'm going to be uploading these scripts and you shall get them soon. See ya.